My name is Steve Bell. I'm a Winnipeg singer-songwriter. I've been doing music my whole life. My mother was a piano player and a singer, and she taught us kids to sing and play when we were young, and we had a family gospel band. So it's just been my whole life. I really haven't known anything else.
My name's John Hutton. I'm the Executive Director of the John Howard Society of Manitoba. When I had an opportunity to come here, it was a chance to sort of combine an interest in advocacy, social justice, and conflict resolution. Sometimes people might start taking literacy classes from us when they're in custody. And when they come out, they want to continue working with us because they're comfortable with our staff. Okay, I just wanted to show you the reintegration department and a couple of other things that we offer. Catherine Johnson is the literacy assistant and works particularly with the peer literacy training program and does some programming at the Winnipeg Remand Center on Wednesday evenings. So the clients that live in the bail residence could be here for several months while they're waiting an opportunity to go to court and have their charges heard. The residence is just through this door here. Hey, Darren.
Hi, John.
How's it going?
Good.
So Darren works in the bail program. I mentioned him a little earlier, and I'd like to ask Darren to just take you and give you a tour and show you a little bit of the residence.
Here's our dorm where the residents reside. Down this hallway, we've got laundry room where the residents do their own laundry. And in here is where we serve the meals. We get them delivered to us from the youth center.
My name is Carrie Stevens. I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator at the West End Cultural Center. When I met with John Hutton, we just got along really well, and we're just excited to work together. When I'd been talking to Steve, a lot of people know that he learned how to play guitar because his dad was a chaplain in a prison. I was thinking about this idea about, it would be really neat actually to kind of do a full circle and have Steve do a songwriting workshop with some of the guys that live at John Howard, the residents of John Howard, because it just seems like it would be a great way for him to kind of give back to the way that he learned.
I've never done guitar workshops before, so I'm hoping it's going to be okay, but we'll see.
The idea came up, and Steve said he was really interested in doing this workshop for us. Thanks to the West End Cultural Center for making the connection, and of course, huge thanks to Steve Bell for saying I'm prepared to do this.
Thumb behind so that your fingers are coming straight down on, because when your fingers are sort of weak still at this, they're just going to flat. Right? So yeah. This one there. And then this finger there. Let me see if I can hit a difference. The difference between a minor chord and a major chord is a major chord sounds happy and a minor chord sounds sad. See if you can tell the difference. Here's a major happy chord. When I was a little boy, my father was a prison chaplain in Drumheller, Alberta, and the inmates used to use the chapel to have jam sessions. When the inmates heard that I was interested in playing, they invited me into their circle. So I raised some money, I got a guitar, and then right into my teens, every Saturday, that's where you'd find me. There's something about seeing people get so absorbed in music and what it does. How even inmates that could, even in that environment, how the music sort of took them out of there. Like there would be these moments of exhilaration, of sort of escape, in a sense, that were honest and true and beautiful.
My name is Devin Gordon Jr. Forbes. I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba. When I was incarcerated at Milner Ridge, one of my friends told me about the program. So I looked into it and determined that I was qualified for it. I love music. When everything is gone and everything is going wrong, music's the only thing that stays. And you know what, that's something I really want to move forward with and something I want to learn. And so I'm able to voice and express the way I'm feeling on paper and, just learn to play music. I love music.
Seriously, I have toured the world and put out 18 albums, largely in part because Canada's Most Unwanted Men invested in me when I was a little boy. And we just start to realize there are no throwaway people. There never have been. Each person who's ever been born or conceived was God's good idea. And that's a fundamental dignity that nobody can take away.
Well, I'd like to thank you for being so gracious this evening and playing us some music and showing us some chords. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks, man. Thanks, Devin. Really appreciate you guys.
This is for Steve. And this is a book. Would you mind just holding up for a second? Prison Voices was done by the John Howard Society of Canada a number of years ago. And it's got it's got pictures and stories and poems. And one of the things when you're in prison, you're on the other side of a wall, and sometimes your voice doesn't carry. So the idea of this book was
to get the voices out.
Voices
Yeah,
out.
nice.
And
nice.
so you may know some of these guys. Your dad might know some of them.
My father will probably definitely know.
But that's for you to enjoy. And
Thank you.
It's a wonderful book. And in 1970, B.B. King went and did a concert live in Cook County Jail. And this is a very good recording of that concert. And we wanted you to.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
B.B. King, live, Cook County Jail. One of the most moving things that ever happened to me was years later, the chaplain at Drumheller heard about me, and I got a phone call, and he said, would you come and do a concert here? You know, and I thought, oh my goodness, I haven't been there since I was a kid, sure. Didn't expect to know anybody, and 30 years later, I walked into the chapel, and there's two guys standing there that I remembered from when I was a kid. Somehow it never occurred to me what life sentence means, that it meant a life, and to see that I'd been away and had all these experiences that came back and they were still there. It broke my heart. But you know what? But it was a joyful reunion, and those guys knew that they had invested in me and that I was, in a way, an extension of them in a good, positive way out in the community. You know, that they had invested in me and gone and I'd given music and melody and joy to other people, and that was an extension of who they were. And I just sort of, we kind of felt that together, you know? Yeah. I'm very honored and humbled by the gift they gave me.